that means we're on. That means it's happening, like right now. Okay, so welcome. This is episode 6 of the ArtsyKnitter. We have some special guests today. Of course, we have our starring guest, little one. Yay! And I feel like I want to do a great reveal, but it's kind of too late now to set that up. So, imagine there's a drum roll going on in your mind right now. Drum roll. Brrr. It's nameless. Right here, the reveal has happened on our special episode.
Hello, everyone.
So, you might be wondering, okay, first of all, I just want to say if you're a new viewer, this is not normally where we film. Returning, I know you're like, what is going on? This is my birthday episode, part 1, because there's going to be 2 parts, okay? So today, for my special plan, was to go to the Toronto Knitters Frolic. So we're on location, but we're not allowed to film inside. Totally fine. So we are improvising. That's what's happening right now. And luckily, it's bright enough and not too much hard sunlight, so it's good. So what's happening? First, we're going to start off with... Now look at that. See, I'm always prepared, but now my show notes disappeared on me. In our section of ramblings, we are... Oh, what? Are we ramblings? Not ramblings.
Okay, you say it's the artsy exaface. The artsy exaface. That's what you call
Right,
them.
or we could call it like artsy shenanigans.
That's
That's your name for it?
yes.
She wants to blend it. Anyway, let's get right to it though. Anyway, so I know I'm at this festival and I'm on a yarn fast. I'm sure some of you know it's going to be very painful to be walking around, but I did get a little bit of birthday surprise, so I will be able to show you my stash blossoms later, how it's blossomed and what I've added to my stash. But if I wanted to let you guys know about the Toronto Knitters Frolic, because sometimes people in New York can come over and check us out. So if you don't know about it, then how are you going to know to plan for it next year? So anyway.
And it's worth it.
It's worth it. It's at the Japanese Culture Center. So on Ravelry, if you click on events, you get to see more information on it. So we're going to start off with gratitudinos. And this is where we say thank you to all our new peeps, our artsy peeps. Now, first of all, I need to say thank you to Dark Matters Knits. Elizabeth gave us a little shout out on our Instagram. And she was like, your face cheers me up. Meanwhile, the face on the Instagram, I'm like, okay, I'm glad it cheers. Anyway, your face cheers me up. She's an awesome woman. I really like her. I'm looking forward to getting to know her better. So thanks for that little shout out. Mama Grizzle Knits has been super welcoming on Instagram, and we podcasters, I think we just want... I'm going to go ahead and say for everybody else, we're grateful. You're always posting what podcast you're watching now, and it kind of alerts new people to what's happening on that scene. So we're really grateful to you. So I just wanted to step out and say thank you. And we are at 37 members in our group right now. Woo! And so I just wanted to quickly say... thank you to Butterfly Jones, Bonnie Fish, who is also a podcaster. She didn't do an intro, but I know who you are. Brody Knits and Dafsum, Moppy Amanda, Golden Leo 08, S Miller 1, and I Love Me Yarn. I like that.
That's an exercise, huh?
Yeah, I know. But I do want to put a special thanks to people who actually wrote in the intro thread, because they will be a part of the giveaway that I'll be setting up. I'll be giving you more information on that thread. So Chi Chi Sweets and Charlie 1 and Caro 72 and Bello Socks, you guys all did an intro, so you'll be entered in, including with Moppy Amanda and Panda Loves Yarn. Thanks for participating and kind of kicking up some storm in the forums. We need that. to it. It's not necessarily going to be that long of a show today, but I do want you to see some of our finished objects. I'm going to start with nameless because I had to pull out my stuff and take off my coat and stuff like that. So I'm going to try passing this over to you. You can show your gorgeous...
Well, you will help me for the name of the yarn. I have a temporary blank.
Ooh, is it Cascade?
Cascade.
Right?
Yes. I don't remember which cascade, but the yarn changes on its own. Long color changes. And it's made of 100% alpaca. It's this cowl. It's quite long, quite comfortable.
It's so soft, guys. Trust me.
Yeah, very warm, very comfortable. And the hat to go with it, which is the Molly pattern that's free on Ravelry.
Yeah, Molly pattern is free on Ravelry. That is probably going to be one of my next hats that I have one on the needles that's kind of sitting there staring at me, but I really want to knit the Molly.
And this is also a free pattern. It's from the owner of the boutique in Toronto, Unit.
Okay.
So it's
Cloudy Cowl.
Claudia's cowl.
Claudia Scowl. That's how we have
It's
to say it.
beautiful, and because it's knit on the angle, on the other, it's knit
On the bias?
like, yeah, it's knit horizontal,
Oh, right.
but you wear it vertical. So because it's alpaca, it doesn't have a lot of body on its own, but the fact that it's knit on the other side, it gives it a nice body in it.
I think this thing is going to keep me so warm. I think I need to do like maybe there's a monochromatic version of it that I think I want to do for myself. But
you look beautiful.
This is my ta-da. This is for my ta-da section. I'm going to spin. I don't know if the spinning is going to help. You see it.
And the golden.
It's so long, guys. I kind of like what happens is when you're knitting and then you do one or two more rows than you're supposed to and you're like, oh, it doesn't matter. I went over by, it's supposed to be 10 rows and like I did 12. This is what happens. It gets too long, but I'm tall, so thank God for that.
Yep.
It'll be okay. And then my other finished object is what I call my Golden Globe tie. See?
I think you should go up to the
Should
camera.
I go up to the camera? But I don't know how far. I don't want to scare people. Is that too close without it being like warped? I'm asking my friend. Yes. Okay. My fabulous camera guy is like, you're good to go. So I did this in a seed stitch. I'll probably just write up a little pattern, but it's easy. Do I have anything else?
You can wear it differently, right?
Yes, you can take. I don't know. I want to take it off, and it was a lot to get it on in the right. Yeah, and I want to put my jacket on. It's still cold in Canada, guys. So, but Ava, the little one, has her finished object.
I learned how to bind off. I learned how to bind off, but I don't do it with the needle. I do it with crochet needle.
Yeah, what we can do probably is we're going to show you how to do that in a little excerpt. We'll put in a little video of little one doing the bind off. But if you want to just hold up the skirt so everybody can see it's finally finished.
Almost finally finished. It's in the middle of binding off, I mean.
Let me see. And there's a ruffle. So we did a lot of to create more of a ruffle, we did a front to back, knit front to back so it can get more fancy.
Waves.
So, okay. So that's your finished object.
And do we do whippies?
We're gonna do whippies in a moment. What I do want to show, I don't know. Okay, that's all our finished objects, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's all our finished objects. All right, so for our whippy section, the first thing I'm going to show you is, this is pretty exciting for me. It's a free pattern called Global Warming. It's a sweater, a pullover, that usually has a little kind of what I call a kangaroo pouch in the front, but I'm not putting that on there. But there's a lot of calculations I did for this piece. You know, changing it up, making it a little bit different. I might even change the way the neck is, but I love the little short puffy sleeves. It's something I wanted to do for spring, summer kind of thing. And this is like my favorite kind of blue. I hope it's showing up as good turquoise, a nice rich turquoisey teal. So, and I have my little stitch counter that I'm finally getting a chance to use. But yeah, so I'm just at the beginning of that. So you'll see that grow and change as time goes on. So, and I am knitting, it's NBK. So that's called Northbound Knitting. And I think it's Lisa Much is her name.
She does beautiful things. Huh?
Oh my gosh, like just rich colors. So I really love that.
And their line of patterns is beautiful as well.
Yes, she does. I'm doing the obsidian, which you've seen me talk about. There's not enough progress on it, so I haven't brought it out today. But that's Lisa Much is the person that designed that pattern. And I call it on my project notes, it's called Date Night Sweater. Sexy. So I've been doing all these little these
cute
little bow ties, like going bow tie crazy. Okay, so this is, it looks like it's Koigu, but it's not. It is the yarns of Richard De Vries. Is that how you say it? De Vries. I just want to say it fancy, because he's super fancy. So if you could see, I just took a ring. I took a ring and put around it, and I put floral wire inside to kind of give it some stability, because it's a really light yarn and like fingering weight. Yeah, it will be fingering weight, right?
Yeah.
But I thought it was so pretty, so I had to try it, and I did this special stitch on there, but you'll see more about that when I'm going to put out a little pattern for it. And of course, Koigu is my obsession, but the next to that would be Noro. Noro. Now, Nameless does not like Noro because it doesn't feel very soft. It's not
Won't
very
touch
like...
it.
She doesn't want to touch this thing, okay? But actually, I blocked it, and it's really soft.
I just don't like to knit with it.
Ooh.
The results are beautiful.
It's like you work your hands. This one came out a little bit too big, so I've managed to downsize, and I put little eyelet holes as well. I'll do some close-up images of these so you can see them, and then this is just done in the seed stitch. So it's like, ooh, it'll be like and then of course you saw my Golden Globe, so I kind of went a little bow tie crazy. So you'll see these in the episodes. Even though this is big, all I do is just puff it out, because that's kind of what you need to do with them anyway. So then it's not so big anymore, just like that. So my last finished objects, you're probably thinking, what is these little nubbly things she has in her hand? So I've gotten kind of a little obsessed with freeform knitting and crocheting. Now this is crocheting, and later on you'll see some more knitting, but I did it with the Noro, and they're just like, I just made these, what do you call it, barnacles? Like a sea creature, not fossil. I want to say fossil, but it's those little, like a reef.
It's part of the reef?
Yeah, part of the reef. And so you see
It's
the little
a mollusk?
hole. And the Noro, I think, is perfect because it has that gradient look to it. And you can make them you just crochet and do any shape you want.
Anything that comes to your head.
Anything,
knit it.
exactly.
Or
Anything
crochet
that comes to your head, you just knit it. And then they're going to go together in these little, oh, they're falling all over the place. They're going to go together in these little, like, together. And I'm going to fit them in wherever pieces fit the best.
So is it going to be like a sculpture?
It's going to be like a sculpture, like almost like 3D freeform knitting,
Nice.
crocheting,
Nice.
not knitting, sorry. And I did this with Barocco, I think Vintage Chunky. So I decrease in random places to make it all misshapen. Now, in my show notes, there'll be a link for the Ravelry group for freeform knitting and a video that I learned how to make. Now, this is just random, but I thought that was really cute to have it like tucked in there, like a kind of like a cake or something, like candy.
A
But
candy barnacle.
I know, right? This is like a what she calls like a button of some kind, and there's a special way to do it so that it looks smooth like that, and it's flat on the back. So this is to go with the piece to give it some diversity, and so I kind of was just doing a whole bunch of that. So I have a thread on the forum that's just for freeform knitting. You could, if you're interested in testing it out, you can post an image in there, but I'll be putting my progress in there. It's kind of coming along. I haven't photographed the Nora ones yet, but it's coming along. So I'm going to lead right on because we're getting to Miss Little One here. You should have pulled it out already. She's so clearly we're finished this. We wanted to leave the bind off so that we could show you how, if she can do it, you can do it. And I'm here with the little one, and she is going to show you how to do a regular bind off with a crochet needle instead of the other end of your needle when you're doing a bind off. So let's start off. You tell us what you're doing.
So you knit like normal with the crochet needle.
Can't hear ya.
You knit by normal with the crochet needle.
Yeah.
And you pull it through the last stitch.
And that's what makes it convenient. Try one more time.
So you knit like normal, but the way you have to hold it under and then pull through.
Excellent. And with this Jenny Super Stretchy Bind Off, how would you do that?
Okay, so
that's a regular one.
That's a regular, and this is a
Super Stretchy is a yarn over.
Yarn over.
Go through the loop.
Knit.
Yeah, and now you have 3 stitches on your needle. So you're going to pull through the first one all the way through to the back.
But sometimes it's a little
tricky, so that's why you want to pull the stitches through properly.
And there we
excellent.
have
Try it one more time. Doing a great job. Yarn over.
Knit. And then pull through. Don't worry if you have like problems, you drop it. I do stuff like that too.
Alright, so as she said, don't worry about it, just wiggle it through. Alright, and that's everything. So we're signing out, but don't forget,
knit like a rock star.
Even when you're binding off. Bye. But we had to go, we love this yarn so much that we had to make a
little monster. It's called Coco the Canister Monster from Rebecca Danger's book.
Yeah.
It's called The Big Book of Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm doing Coco.
Is that the first one you do in the book?
Yeah, that's the first one she's doing so far. So unroll it a little bit so you can see the legs. No. Just roll it up. We have her little stitch marker that I made for her with her first letter of her name. So you start each leg separately and then you join them. But you'll have to get the book and find out for yourself. Yeah. They're addictive, these things.
And very well explained.
Yes, very well explained. She really goes into putting a lot of pictures and even directing you to the process for it. So,
are we going to talk about
no? Okay. So that's Little One's corner, and she's showing you her her whips. Do we have a whip? You got a whip, Nameless?
I do.
Nameless is copycatting me with my colors.
I'm not. I've always been a fan of the blues and turquoise.
I'm just disturbing the piece.
I thought your color was black.
No. Yeah, it is a lot. But no, it's turquoise.
All right.
So I just started basically a shawl. I want a shawl that I'll be wearing this summer in the evenings when it's cool and you want to stay on the terrace.
Yeah, when there's a little bit of chill.
Yep. So this is a beautiful yarn. It's from Socks That Rock.
Ooh.
Medium weight.
I like the name.
Yeah.
I like the name of this yarn.
Socks That Rock. I like the yarn even more. It's beautiful. It's very soft. And you'll have a nice bounce. So I'm making it with a pattern. Can't remember the name. That's not very good. It's
But
called
it'll be in the show notes.
If the Off the Moon, Off the Moon,
Off
and
the
it's from Caitlin French.
Caitlin French.
She's a Canadian designer from the region of Vancouver.
Ooh, look at that.
She
We're doing a
also
lot of Canadians right now.
she also is an amazing dyer. She does natural dyes.
Oh, nice.
Her yarns are beautiful.
Oh, I have seen.
Yes.
Seen. Oh, yeah. I
Yes.
know who you're talking about now. And her labels are like made of cloth.
Yes, that's right. That's
The
her.
label is made of this like cloth, like a almost like a canvas style cloth.
That
It's so
she
pretty.
prints herself.
Yeah, that she writes on and prints herself.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really great.
Slick is
Yeah.
what we're talking about here.
So Caitlin French and her designs company house is called We Will Tell You All Our Secrets.
Ooh.
So that's it. That's all for me.
That's all for you?
Yep.
Okay. Can you hold this for me, Mademoiselle?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. So as we wrap it up, I just wanted to quickly, as we wind down here, on the show notes, I will put links to this, but I have truly recommended as part of this next segment. This is you notice I've been trying to show you some summer fresh ideas, and I'm reminding you that it doesn't necessarily mean that I have knit them yet, because there's not enough time in the day, guys. I wish, okay?
You want to knit everything.
I want to knit everything, but sometimes it's important for you to see, okay, what are some good fashion ideas out there? So I really love this, and I like this because I can picture it being something for a grown-up as well. But I thought I'd give you a little kitty Winky recommendation. Chloe's Summer Dress Tunic, or like dress and then slash tunic by Rebecca. I want to say it's Lueck. Lueck. But her Ravelry link will be there, and I think even the color that this dress is done in, a fresh, really, really, really bright, almost greeny turquoise, like the paler turquoise than what we just showed you. So pretty, and I could see myself in that same dress in a white with like shorts and like ballet slippers, and that segues into my last part. I think the ballet school dropout sockettes, I think one of the girls from Knit just finished doing them as well. But I want to try these to put them inside my ballet slippers, because sometimes it gets really sweaty in the summer. Yeah. And this will, you know how wool will pull the moisture away from your skin and hold it, I guess?
Yeah.
That is going to be priceless. So I'm going to try those. So I just wanted to recommend that to you. And so I'll put the link in the show notes. And I already have my glasses on for True News, so I'm just going to get right into that.
3, 2, 1.
Don't yell in there.
Here is True News.
Right, people. This is True News, and I'd like to say one of the things that you need to be thinking about if you're looking at these fibers that you've been seeing is spindles. And you can make a spindle out of a CD, but I have been having my eye on a Trindle by Trindleman. I think I should stop, because if there's a British person watching, they might be freaking out. They're like, what is she doing? Turn it off. Sometimes I go in and out of an accent when I'm doing the news, but anyway. So I wanted to bring your attention to Nameless here has a super fancy matchless wheel. One day I too fancy. One day too I want. But those, until you can afford that, don't spend your money on a whole different wheels, and then you're gonna end up upgrading to the matchless anyway. Spindle. Try the Trindle. You can get them for different weights of yarn that you want to spin. And also, now this might look very, what did you call the dodeck? Procrete? No. It doesn't look, it's not shiny. It's not fancy. It's literally a spindle.
It's a spinning wheel.
It's a spinning wheel made with a spindle. There is a project page just for it by, I think, The guy that does it, he's renamed it into the Porter, but his name is Bishop King, Bishop of Knits or something like that. I'll post that.
The Bishop of Knits.
Yes. So it doesn't look super fancy, but it's a good thrifty version, and I think it's awesome. And oh, I wish my boyfriend could make me one. Hint, he doesn't even watch the show. What am I talking about? I need to let that go. Anyway, that's not magically going to happen. And closing out with a fashion spotlight. At the end of the video, I always put a lot of images of like some fashion ideas of how to rock your knits. So I'm putting in the Topshop's crochet dress. Now it's $110. And Kate Bosworth looks rockin' in this dress. But I'm putting it in because I want to motivate these designers out there who are twiddling their thumbs. I know two myself. I can think of them right now. Make these dresses. This dress is so cute, so fresh for the summer. And so I'm just kind of like putting it out there. It's in a flesh tone color, very modern, and you can wear it with like a bright colored tank, like something like a bright pink, or like leggings, like a pattern leggings. What's wrong with your eye?
If we ever get a summer.
If we ever get a summer, because my hands are frozen right now. That's why we're wrapping up. You see how I'm talking really fast? Anyway.
I'm so waiting so we
Yeah,
can go
we're gonna
inside.
go. We're gonna go. And the dress you can wear as a mini, or you can wear it with leggings. So that's how I'm gonna close out the show and let you know that that is a good option for you. Now I don't know. I've looked around to see if I could see any cute dresses for an alternative on Ravelry. I haven't seen any. If you know of any that looks like this Topshop crochet dress, which you could just put it in Google and see it, you let me know. If not, and you're a designer and you're watching, make the darn thing. Make the pattern, people.
Make it.
Don't feel any pressure. Pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. Pressure.
No pressure.
Yes, pressure. Okay. Anyway, we don't have any artsy spotlights today because I didn't want to lug all my stuff to the Japanese Culture Center today. But we're going to go back in, look at as much yarn as I can absorb in some project bags and so forth.
And make some purchases.
And
Yarn fee.
I mean, even this one's got a little mini skein that she got. She's super happy.
It was for free.
It was for free. I love this. Knitters are awesome. So, you'll be able to see those things later. And I'll, because this is going to be a part 2, the second episode will not be done outside. Not unless there's no wind and it's not freezing cold. Oh, you want to show that? That one is from the black, what is it? The black sheep lamb, though. The black lamb, not sheep. See that? We're getting people's things wrong.
It's a store.
It's a store.
Just out of Toronto, huh?
Yeah, right? It's in Ontario, but I don't know if it's in Toronto because it's a 905.
Oh, it's right here in Port Hope.
Port
Just on
Hope.
The side of the...
There you go.
On the lake.
Canada makes good yarn too. Trust me, you need to come up here to this festival. The DKC is doing a great job every year putting this festival together. I like saying the word frolic. I really do.
Frolic,
It makes me feel like I'm prancing into the field, like with my knitting needles or something.
The knitter's prance.
Yeah, and then there's prance. But anyway.
But it's fun because, if I may, there's a lot of local people here today, a lot of indie dyers. If you want to discover new things, new yarns you want a bit of exotism in your knitting, I think it's the place to come.
Yeah. So check it out when you get a chance because, us Canadians, we come up to your American shows too. Mm-hmm. We come to the Rhinebecks and the Maryland Sheep and Wool. And I'm trying to go to Rhinebeck. That is a goal on the plan for this year.
That's the Mecca.
That's
right?
the Mecca right there. So I'm definitely going to try and go there. But signing out, I just want you guys to know that there's always ways to rock your knits. Think about what you're putting on. I mean, today I have my it's leggings. It's soft, but it's like leather up the front, with a little bit of moccasin boots, which you can't see, but That's okay. I'll take pictures. But yeah, rock your knits. Don't be afraid. Be bold. Elizabeth talks about that in her podcast as well. And that's it. Signing out. Knit like a rock star. This is my
Bye.
birthday episode, yo.
Happy birthday.
And normally we would have Stevie Wonder right now, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. Maybe we'll do it. We'll do it. It's my birthday. And I'll dance if I want to. Okay, I think we should.
Sign it out.
Yay.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Anyway, here.